Okay, guys, good morning. Good morning. Good evening, sorry. Are you there?
Good
Yes,
evening,
teacher.
teacher.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Fine, teacher.
Okay, thanks for answering. Now, let's wait a couple of minutes more and we'll start. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, we're going to start. Okay.
Yes.
Let me call the attendance first. Okay, guys. Let's see. Okay, only 3 students here. And 2. Okay. Ikera Jokabet is here.
Yes, teacher. I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Rio Javelis Mariela. Okay, she's not here. And Rios Delgado Angela Lucia.
Yes, teacher. It's me.
Okay, thank you. That's it then. Now we're going to start, okay? Give me 1 second so that I can share my screen, please. I don't know what is happening. My internet connection is really slow. Sorry for that. We'll be ready in a moment. Meanwhile, did you attend the session of yesterday?
Yes, I was yesterday.
Okay, what was it about?
Well, we did some exercises just of talking about of the making a summarize maybe about some audios.
Okay, about the speaking, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today we're gonna still be practicing with this. Now, speaking 2 and speaking 3 especially. So be ready, okay? See. Fine. I don't know what is happening with my presentation. Really sorry for that. But it will be ready in a moment. Please wait. Okay, now. Okay, I think it is ready. Yes, excellent. Okay, guys. As I was telling you, today we're going to practice speaking 2 and speaking 3. 2 activities that will be in your TOEFL test, particularly in the speaking section, okay? Task number 2 and task number 3. Okay, who have just joined? Who is? Mariela Herebe, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you are Mariela then. Thanks for attending. I'm gonna check your attendance, okay? Give me 1 second. Okay, here it is. Rio Javelis Mariela, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. That's it. Complete then. Okay, now I can share the screen again. Now, can you see the screen, guys? Girls?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, today we're going to practice with speaking 2 and speaking 3. Okay, one more person have just joined. I don't know who it is. Nineth Castellon, are you there?
Sorry, I'm here.
Okay, Nineth, you are here then. Okay, let me see. Nineth Castellon, sorry, Nineth. Okay, here it is. Okay, you are the only one from this course. Okay, now we're going to start, okay? Today we're going to practice speaking 2 and 3, the tasks that you're going to encounter in the listening section, in the speaking section of your TOEFL test, okay? This is what we call integrated speaking, okay? The topics that we'll be covering this kind of task will be campus related and academic ones, okay? Campus related to speaking 2 and academic topics 2, speaking 3. Let's move on. What is it about? Rios, Lucia, can you help me reading this part, please?
What is about? Test reading and listening skills together. A reading passage, 75 until 100 words, describes an issue. A listening passage, 60 to 80 seconds, 150 to 180 words. Sorry, teacher, error is sound now. I don't know if everybody.
At the beginning, it was kind of difficult to understand, to hear, but now it's better. Sounds better now.
Because I can listen to sound like sound.
What
I
did
don't know
you
if
I couldn't understand, Lucia. Can you repeat that, please?
yes, teacher, I can listen like an interference on the audio.
Yes.
Yes, I hear the same. I think it's from you, teacher.
From me, I don't think so. Okay, let me check. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I think you're. If you put it in mute, we cannot hear that sound. Yeah. Now it's better, but no. Yeah. Now it's better.
Lucia, can you speak again, please?
Yes, I read again.
Okay, I now it sounds better. Thank you. No, it is not necessary. Okay, thank you. Okay, what is this about? This speaking 2 and speaking 3 tasks. Speaking 2, it is about reading and listening. Okay, you will be reading a passage, and after that you will gonna listen a recording. You're gonna listen to a recording about that passage. Okay, after that you will have to prepare your response and answer. Okay, how much time do I have to do this? Please, Ninette, can you help me?
Okay. I have to read.
Yes, please.
Okay. How much time do I have? 30 seconds preparation time, 16 seconds response time, in addition to reading and listening to the question.
Okay, so you're gonna have a minute and a half to respond to these kind of questions. Okay, so be ready and consider the time, please. Okay, what you're gonna do, please, Jokabet, Becerra, can you help me?
Okay, teacher. What to do? You will read a passage and then listen to a passage. Finally, speak out your answer.
Okay, thank you. So those are the things you have to consider in order to succeed in this kind of questions. Okay. So my suggestions. What do I suggest to succeed in this kind of question? As I told you, let me. Okay, suggestions. In order to answer the best way possible these kind of questions, you have to follow these steps. Okay. You have to quickly sum up the content of the announcement. What you're gonna read, you have to summarize that, okay?
I'm sorry, but now I hear that from that interference again.
Okay, that's too bad. Let me try to fix it, okay? Okay, now, does it sound better?
Yes, now it's better.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna share the screen right now. Okay, so, as I was telling you, number 2, what do you have to do? You have to state the position of the person who is talking in the recording, okay? You have to mention what is his point of view, his perspective, okay? What does he think about the announcement of or the passage, okay? You have to mention. Number 3, you have to explain, provide, give 2 reasons or arguments, okay? Why that person thinks that way, okay? You have to provide the reasons, so pay attention to those details. Number 4, you have to give details, okay, or examples. to support the arguments of the speaker, okay? You have to provide examples. So you have to pay close attention to those details, please. Finally, you have to end up with a neat concluding sentence. You have to build your concluding sentence in order to close, okay, what you are saying. Please, an example of this would be something like, that is why the man thinks the library should kind of think, okay? It is just an example. You can follow this example or you can do your own, okay? So these 5 steps can be followed in order to respond to the answer the best way possible. Is it clear, girls?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so considering these suggestions, we're going to start working, okay? Now, this is what we're gonna do is the following. First, you will read this. You will have only 1 minute to do this, okay? You have to read this. After that, we're gonna listen to a recording. Finally, I'm gonna choose a person who will be speaking. And after that response, we will hear a possible answer, okay, to this question. Is it clear, guys, girls?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Thank you. So let's start. You have only 1 minute to read this, please. Okay, now it is time to listen, okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
What about the rest?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, teacher.
so you're gonna listen to the announcement now.
You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. Practice test. Practice 1. The university is planning to close the evening class. Read the article. You will have 45 seconds to read the article. Begin reading now. Now listen to students as they discuss the announcement. Did you read the school announcement?
Yeah, I think the university made a right decision. I took the evening class last quarter, and there were only a few students in the class. It seemed to be so small that nobody could get serious.
I get your point, but students can get better education. I mean, as the size of the class is small, students can have discussions and explore their fields in depth. You know, if the class is too large, the professor can't even cover the whole textbook or related materials. But if there are only a few students, the instructor might go over the chapters and materials.
That makes sense, but as you know, the lectures are given by a TA, so you might not learn from a professional in the field.
You're right. However, a TA is a graduate student who has already studied more than 2 years in graduate school. so he or she is a professional as well. Even though the TAs have less experience, they have passion toward their careers and also care about the students. Moreover, they know exactly what the students want to know because they are also students. Well, I couldn't find that kind of passion coming from professors who have taught for more than 20 years.
I see your point. I remember the TA last quarter. He tried to field questions and he had enthusiasm in every class. Maybe it'll be better to learn from a TA in a small class.
Okay, girls, now please pay attention to the question you're about to hear, okay? According to this question, you will have to prepare your answer. Is it clear? Okay, please pay attention.
Man expresses his opinion of the announcement. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Okay, that is the question. Did you understand the question?
Can you
Pardon
put
me?
it again, please?
Okay, we're gonna play it again. Only once, okay? So pay attention, please.
Quarter, he tried to field enthusiasm in every class. Maybe
The man expresses his
TA in a small class.
Okay, pay attention, please. Here is the question.
The man expresses his opinion of the announcement. State his opinion and explain the reasons he gives for holding that opinion. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Okay, is the question understood, girls?
Yes.
Okay, now you're gonna have 30 seconds to prepare your answer, okay, based on that question. I'm gonna set the timer. Start, please. 30 seconds. Okay, time's up. Girls, any volunteer to participate in this question? No one? Okay, then I will choose, okay? First off, I will really appreciate you speak, okay, girls? It is a practice session. You need to speak. The more you speak, it will be the better for you because you will practice and you will lose that fear, okay, of making mistakes, of, I don't know, whatever happens to your mind when you want to speak, okay? So it is really necessary for you to speak in these sessions. That's why we are here, okay? So with that in mind, let's start, okay? I need, please, Mariela, can you help me with the response of this question? Mariela, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you have 1 minute to answer, okay? Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's start.
Yes. The university in the announcement decide to close to evening class. Meanwhile, the students advocate this idea. First of all, he said that in the evening classes, there are a few students, and is the reason that this decide probably close the evening class. So I couldn't hear all the information about that about the boy say about that.
Okay, do not worry. We're gonna practice a little bit more with that, okay? Okay, some comments about your speaking, okay? Good pronunciation, good organization of ideas. Okay, why didn't you tell me that you couldn't hear the rest of the recording? Mariela.
What?
Why
Can
didn't
you
you tell me? ¿Por qué no me dijo? Well, you could have listened again.
Okay. I couldn't say that, especially what the guy say about why is the reason that they is like against of the announcement.
Okay, okay. I understood now. Be careful with that, okay, Mariela? You have to pay attention to some details, okay, in order to respond the best way possible in this kind of questions. Okay? Okay. Thanks
Okay.
for answering. We are just practicing, okay? So do not worry. You are here to improve. You are here to practice. So don't be afraid. Don't get frustrated. You can do it, okay? Just pay attention to the details, okay? To some extra information that you may add to your speaking, okay? Now, I want another person to help me. Please, Jocabet Becerra, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. As we did, 30 seconds to think about your answer and 1 minute to speak. Let's start.
Okay, teacher. Okay, the university decided to close the evening classes.
Sorry to interrupt, but you have 30 seconds to think about your answer, okay? To prepare you, to get ready.
Okay.
After that, you will be able to speak, okay?
Okay, okay, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Let's start again. Okay, now you can start.
Okay. The university decided to close the evening classes due to the number of students decrease on this schedule and some students preferring another type of course. In this case, the discussion of that both students talk about a different point of view, especially the man discuss about, but he disagree in some points because he liked this kind of the scheduled and talk about the professor has a lot of years and experience, and perhaps, and this is a good point of him, and this kind of course has a good resources, but he's in agree with some point of view of the girl. I think that's it.
Okay, and some comments maybe. You need to organize your ideas in a better way. It was good, okay? You explained what the announcement was about. You mentioned that the man was not, didn't agree with the decision of the university, and you explained why, but you need to mention some extra examples, okay? Some extra details in order for your answer to be a little bit better, okay? But it was okay. Also, you have to control your time, okay? You only have 1 minute. But in general, I would say it is okay. It is okay, it is good, but you can improve. You can do it better, okay? So let's work on that. Work on organization of ideas, time, and please relax. It is just a practice.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
The more you are relaxed, the better you will feel, okay? At the moment of speaking. Nerves can be really dangerous when speaking, okay? It is something that happened to me once. So you have to overcome that obstacle, okay? You do not have to be afraid of making mistakes or whatever, okay? Just speak, just transmit the ideas you have in your mind, okay? If you organize your ideas in your mind, you will succeed in this task, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay, now, finally, Mariela Rioja, are you there? Oh, no, Rios Lucia, are you there?
Yes, teacher, I am.
It is your turn, please. You have
Okay.
10 seconds to think about the answer and then you have to speak. Let's start. Okay, time's up. Lucia, it's time to speak.
Okay. The university decided to close the evening class due to the decrease of students, and because some students prefer to study with an experienced faculty member. On the audio, mm, both the students are both the students disagree because the girl who's talking, she's agree, and the I'm sorry, teacher, I'm done. Can I start again? Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, the university decided to close the evening class due to some students prefer to study with an experienced faculty member, and because of the decrease of the students. By the other hand, on the audio, two students are talking. Some agree and some others disagree. For example, the man holds his opinion because he think that the teacher have a many experience and a lot of material that is interesting for him.
Okay, some comments. The first thing that I was telling you, and unfortunately my microphone was off. Control your nerves, okay, Lucia? It is something that happens most of the time to a majority of students, including myself. But you have to relax, okay? You are just here to practice. Do not worry. You can make mistakes. The idea here is to improve, okay? Thanks for asking for another opportunity or chance, right? If you speak, you can have it. So that is the idea. Thank you for that as well. Okay, about your speaking, okay? You have a pretty good pronunciation. I have to say excellent in that aspect. What else? You have to organize your ideas in a better way, okay? You explain the first step. You mentioned what the announcement was about. Okay, that's it. You explain what happened in the recording in general. Okay, good. You explain that the man disagrees with the decision. Okay. Something that was missing was some examples, some reasons. Okay. Some examples because reasons you mentioned, but some examples were missing, okay? So work on that and relax, okay? You have to be as calm as you can. Just think about your ideas and transmit them, okay? Do not think too much about making mistakes or making grammar mistakes or so on, okay? So just relax, calm down, and speak. You have to overcome. You can do it, okay? Work on that. Did you understand?
Yes, I understood. I don't know if you can listen.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, now, this was speaking 2. Let's move on to speaking 3 now. Okay, what are my suggestions for speaking 3? 4 steps that you have to consider in order to succeed in this question. First, you have to briefly, brevemente, summarize the content of the reading passage. The passage that you're going to read, you have to summarize it, okay? You have to make a summary. Tienen que básicamente mencionar de qué trata el tema principal. ¿De qué trata lo que están leyendo? Eso, okay? I am telling you in Spanish because I think it is better. Okay. Number 2. Tienen que saber hacer la transición entre lo que están hablando. What you read and what you listened. Okay, for example, in the passage, okay, the topic is discussed. That's it. This topic is discussed. That's it. Now, in the lecture, that is a good transition. Do you see? Now, in the lecture, you start speaking. Okay, you have to make a good transition between what you read and what you listen. Transition, okay? That is really important. Number 3, you have to make sure you summarize all the example the lecturer provides. The lecturer will provide some examples. Make sure to mention a majority, okay? Better if it is everything. Pay attention to details, the examples, okay? Finally, you have to make a good concluding sentence. It is important, okay? You have to say, okay, based on the reading and based on the recording, I can say that the topic is, you have to explain that, okay? In just one sentence to conclude your speaking, okay? That is the idea. Tienen que hacer una buena conclusión. Cerrar lo que están diciendo, ¿no? Pueden hacerlo de esta manera. O bien dar un punto de vista al respecto. O simplemente explicar todo lo que han dicho en una sola oración. O también pueden ser ambos, no hay problema. Pero el detalle acá es que tienen que concluir lo que dicen. ¿Está bien? Is everything clear, girls?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Now, we're going to practice. Please, you will have 1 minute to read this passage, okay? Please, I would really appreciate if you do not understand any of these words, please tell me, okay? So that I can help you. Okay? Now, let's start. I'm gonna set the timer. Please start reading the passage. Okay, girls, did you finish reading? Girls, did you finish reading?
Not yet. I'm sorry.
Okay. 15 extra seconds, okay, please. Okay, now, girls, did you finish reading?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you're gonna listen, okay? This is a reading passage. You're gonna listen now a lecture. A man is going to speak about this topic. He will mention some examples, maybe a situation, maybe an experience. So pay attention to the details, okay? That's it. After that, you're gonna hear a question. Based on that question, you have to answer and you have to prepare the answer, okay? Let's go there then.
Sample practice.
Now read the passage. Begin reading now.
Now, are you ready, girls?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so please, let's start.
Now listen to a lecture about consumer's remorse.
Okay, so I'd like to give you my example of the impact of consumer's remorse. Last year, my car had broken, and what I was told by the repair person was that I had to buy a new one. Actually, having a new one for the first time in my life, I did all of the research. In all of the researching, I had a few interactions with the salesman, read the reviews on the internet, and compared the prices online and offline. You know, it was going to be my first new car. I was so excited. After purchasing the car, I was on cloud 9, just as you are when you get your new computer or when you get new jewelry you really wanted. That feeling lasted for a week or so, but as time passed, that sense of remorse, sense of regret was rising inside. Was it the best choice? Was it the perfect time to buy the car? I was starting to regret and tried to renounce the purchase. But then I got a phone call from the car company. The salesman asked me if there was any problem and then asked if I was satisfied with my purchase. He said my car got the best car reviews of the month. The company happened to give me a call just at the moment I was starting to regret. It means they gave a call to the customer to ensure that his purchase was the best bet. I got this call monthly and I stopped regretting. After receiving their phone calls, I totally blew off my anxiety.
Describe consumer's remorse based on the lecture and how the car company dealt with this problem.
Okay, girls, are you ready?
Can we listen one more time, teacher?
The question or everything?
Everything.
Okay, just for this time, okay? In your TOEFL test, you will listen only once, okay?
Okay, teacher.
So consider that. I'm gonna repeat it for you.
About consumer's remorse. You have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to a lecture about consumer's remorse.
Okay, so I'd like to give you my example of the impact of consumer's remorse. Last year, my car had broken, and what I was told by the repair person was that I had to buy a new one. Actually, having a new one for the first time in my life, I did all of the research. In all of the researching, I had a few interactions with the salesman, read the reviews on the internet, and compared the prices online and offline. You know, it was going to be my first new car. I was so excited. After purchasing the car, I was on cloud 9, just as you are when you get your new computer or when you get new jewelry you really wanted. That feeling lasted for a week or so, but as time passed, that sense of remorse, the sense of regret was rising inside. Was it the best choice? Was it the perfect time to buy the car? I was starting to regret and tried to renounce the purchase. But then I got a phone call from the car company. The salesman asked me if there was any problem and then asked if I was satisfied with my purchase. He said my car got the best car reviews of the month. The company happened to give me a call just at the moment I was starting to regret. It means they gave a call to the customer to ensure that his purchase was the best bet. I got this call monthly and I stopped regretting. After receiving their phone calls, I totally blew off my anxiety.
Okay, now pay attention to the question, okay?
Describe consumers' remorse based on the lecture and how the car company dealt with this problem. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Okay, now 30 seconds to think about the answer. Okay, let's start. Okay, any volunteer, girls? Does anyone want to participate? No one?
I can try, teacher.
Okay, okay. Herrera, Becerra. Please. Cabe, please, you can start.
Okay. I think I need to wait the 30 seconds, sorry. Okay, the passage talk about the emotional expression of personal regret. That means when people believe their action were wrong, and reading talk about some example like buyer and sometimes the buyer boasts something wrong and only focus on the bad things, and the side of the marketing, and they need to do a research and why is the reason that happened. But according to the listening, some research talk about the impact of in the consumer and give an example like the when the customer buy the first cars, and he talk about the customer compare prices and some futures, and but when someone is wrong, he thinks that yeah, sorry teacher. Well, okay, so and the customer focus on the bad things, but this company try to answer question and try to do the best way in order that the customer thinks the products is good.
Okay.
That's all, teacher.
Okay, thank you for participating. Okay, now what did you have to do? Okay, you answered the question. You mentioned a lot of details, okay, but it is okay. But you have to be more brief, okay? You have to explain your ideas more briefly, más brevemente, okay? You have to control the time. You only have 1 minute. You were supposed to answer this question based on the question you heard, right? So, what can I say about it? You have good pronunciation. Maybe you have to improve on some aspects of your vocabulary, let's say, and the grammar structures you are using, okay? You have to be careful with the tense, the time, okay? If you're talking about the past, continue using the simple past. If you're talking about the present, use the simple present, okay? Do not mix things. You can do it, I know it, but you have to work on that, okay? What else? Organize your ideas in a better way, okay? The answer was okay, but it can be better. You can improve, okay? So let's work on that as well. Okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay. What else? Let me see. Okay, we're running out of time right now. So, on Friday, please, girls, I really appreciate you attend the class because we're going to practice a little bit more with this kind of exercises, okay? About speaking 2 and speaking 3. On Friday as well, I will show you some examples, some, let's say, some possible ways to answer this kind of questions, okay? Today I was supposed to make you listen to those answers, but we are running out of time, okay? So I consider it will be better to do it on Friday, okay? And you're gonna listen to some answers, to some possible answers to these questions, and you can take notes if you want. You can take notes on how the speaker organized their ideas, how he or she answers the question. So that you can have a clear idea of how to answer these speaking 2 and 3 questions. Okay, girls?
Okay, teacher, maybe can I try just in this few 5 minutes? In these 2 minutes?
What can you repeat that, please?
Can I try maybe
Okay,
because we have only 4 minutes? I don't know if it's possible.
hey, do it.
I'm sorry.
Do not worry, you have to practice that. I am here to help, okay? So, now, 30 seconds. Okay, now it is your turn to speak.
Okay. The audio talks about of the regretting purchase after buying an item. Some buyers may focus on negative aspects, but people in marketing are fully aware of these concepts. So they work hard to convince consumers to buy a certain products. So in this experience, the man talks about of the car he bought before because he have a regret about if it was the best, the perfect choice, or maybe the perfect time. So he went to the store and talked with the salesman, and he said that it was the best car, and they compare many options and they give and the good aspects.
Okay, excellent. You explained almost everything. A concluding sentence was missing, but excellent. You understood really well what the passage and the recording was about. Excellent, excellent job, Lucia. So, uh, I hope you understood how to do it, and I hope everybody in this session will perform better on Friday, okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Okay. You know already how to do it, what is it about, and what to do. Now it is time for you to work on the things I told you. And on Friday, we're gonna still be practicing with this, okay? So do not worry, do not get frustrated. You can do it. You are here to improve, to practice, so that you can get the best scores in your TOEFL test. That is why we are here, okay? So work on the things I told you and see you on Friday, okay? But before you leave the session, I would really appreciate you complete the daily survey, okay? After that, you can leave the session. Thank you for attending. See you on Friday, girls, okay?
Teacher, are there some, I don't know, some material that we can have to practice about this area or this section?
Want me to send you some exercises to practice?
Yes, are there some exercises or some material that can we have to practice this this section or this part of the exam or the TOEFL?
I get it. Yes, okay, yes. I can send some material for you to practice, and on Friday we are going to practice as well, so do not worry, but I will send it, okay? To the WhatsApp group. Are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so I'm gonna send some material for you to practice, maybe maybe 1 or 2 exercises, so that you can practice for Friday, okay?
Yes, please.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher.
Thanks for letting me know. So see you on Friday, okay? Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Goodbye. Bye, girls.
Bye.